So far, the Ice Warriors have been pretty decent, haven't they?
Well, hello and welcome back to the Shallow Proclamation. My name's Paul, and I'm joined, as always, by my partner in crime.
Yes, you are. Thomas.
And we are about to watch episode 4 of The Curse of Peladon, and this is our final part, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's been
conclusion.
a nice little nugget of a story, hasn't it?
So, yeah, so far. Oh, here we are.
Good Pertwee combat in the previous episode. Oh,
Yeah, so we had
rather
this,
dramatic.
Oh.
So did Arcturus do the... Yeah, he did the shooting, the little blighter.
It was Old Man Winter after all. It's the outfits of the guards have got a very much a sort of gladiatorial feel, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's like Roman gladiator-esque. But yet there's a slightly medieval feel to the setting.
Yeah, and the Ice Warriors are kind of pseudo-medieval looking, aren't they?
Sort of samurai-esque in some ways.
Yes.
There's a whole mixture of things, but I mean, it's quite nice.
Yeah, the kind of blending of ancient and modern. It's quite satisfying. And then the whole thing kind of has a slightly Shakespearean or almost Jane Austen kind of period piece feel, doesn't it? With betrayal and love and the king who can never be with the woman who shows up. And, yeah.
I remember that bit of Pride and Prejudice with the hermaphrodite hexapod from Alpha Centauri.
And Arcturus's life support system being sabotaged.
When Mr. Darcy came up out of the lake with his limbs like this.
Yes.
But what are you going to do?
I'm going to see a man about
Have you seen Pride and Prejudice and Zombies?
All right.
I've not, but I'd quite like to.
I'm quite intrigued by that film. Apparently it's not. It's a bit disappointing, but
That's upsetting.
I like the concept.
Yeah.
The flaming torches are a nice touch.
Yeah, I'm trying to think whether... I think there might be real fire. I think I read somewhere that they got into a lot of trouble for like creating a lot of smoke.
Right.
studio.
Yeah, that can't have been good for everyone breathing it in.
No, probably not.
Without chimneys. So far, the Ice Warriors have been pretty decent, haven't they?
That's true, yes.
Which
So
is
if-
quite refreshing.
It's a bit of misdirection, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You assume they're going to be the baddies, but they've kind of changed the direction of the creatures, I suppose.
Yeah. These ones are ice peacemakers.
Yeah.
I love how they're like heavily armoured on the head and shoulders, and then not on
Nothing
the
on the body.
body.
This is actually a pretty good
Yeah.
fight scene.
Nice use of music. I love how Troughton's son is just sort of standing there as a fight
Yeah.
takes place around him.
I mean, what can you do, though?
Yeah, that's true.
Hepesh, you traitor.
I thought
Oh, I thought you were going to predict the line there.
Are you going
Oh yes, is he going to sing "God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen"?
Maybe so.
Aru,
Kida
aru.
Patha Men in Clutch, Naru, Naru, Naru. And join our Patreon to hear Thomas and I singing
Yes.
that.
Naru.
Loklida shina terina charun narun narun.
I'm not even a real princess.
Oh, he smiled.
That doesn't matter.
Oh, Peladon, I'm very, very fond of you. But I can't stay. Really.
It can never work.
Look, I must go now. I'll talk to you again after the coronation. I shan't give up, you know. I shall go on asking you.
Oh,
Your Majesty. Excuse me, sir. But your court officials are mistaken.
oh, the drama, Paul.
Yes, of course.
I know.
I must go. Your Highness.
Goodbye.
I think David Troughton has had some quite nicely played little scenes, hasn't he?
He has.
Right, we'll
Yeah.
just see the ceremony and then slip quietly away, all right?
Yes. Fine.
Oh, she's sad.
You do want to come back.
I think I better. Don't you?
In any case, I wouldn't like to lose you. Shall we join the procession?
Yes.
We're getting that a bit more affectionate warmth there between them as well, and we mentioned that in Day of the Daleks.
Yes. I think they have quite a real relationship, don't they, the Doctor and Joe? Quite believable in that sometimes he gets a bit frustrated at her and he's like, "Oh, Joe, you idiot."
Yeah.
But he is clearly very fond of her.
All right.
They've mellowed him, I think, haven't they?
Yeah, he was a little bit harsh to begin with, wasn't he? And she saved the day in the Damons, didn't she?
Yeah.
Well, where are they?
What is that?
Oh. Slightly bizarre ending. What is that?
There we go.
Well, good stuff.
Yeah, I've enjoyed that. I think I said when we started that story, I mean, I had this as a kid on video and stuff, and I always quite liked it. I think probably because there's quite an assortment of characters.
Yeah.
But it's I wasn't sure how it would go down when I watched it again, but I've enjoyed it. It works quite well, I think. It still is a nice, I think I love the idea of the Ice Warriors being brought back, but not as a villain.
Yeah.
I think that works well. It's just an enjoyable kind of episode, isn't it? It was a little bit of political kind of thriller kind of thing going on. It's pretty strong, and I think because it's only 4 parts, it moves along nicely. It doesn't overstay its welcome at all.
Yes.
And as I said, I think actually David Troughton has some really good moments in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think the drama was quite nicely played. It was obviously a little bit melodramatic in places, but I think they pulled it off. I think it kind of earned it. I thought the death of Pesh had an emotional weight to it. And you got, as you said, the sense that the king was mourning. And then that interaction with Joe at the end was quite nice, because she was like, "No, it would never work. I've got to go back. I'm not a real princess." And then when he goes away, she starts crying, and the Doctor's like, kind of had a knowing kind of, yes, I think we better go, hadn't you? But yeah, so it was nicely played. Joe did a lot of the heavy lifting in this story, I thought, which was good to see.
Yeah, I think she's been quite different. I mean, obviously she did do a bit in the Demons, didn't she? But they seem to have been using her more as a stronger character since season 9 began. In her first season, it was just her first season last season, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a little bit ditzy, isn't she? And she's not really portrayed. I think she's very much the opposite of Liz Shaw, isn't she? She's not portrayed as the sort of a competent, the one who goes out and gets stuff done. She is the sort of ditzy one who needs rescuing, and doesn't really understand what's going on. Whereas actually they've really changed her and stepped her up in this season, which is great. And I think, it is nice to see the warmth between the Doctor and Joe a bit more. Whereas I think it's when we were watching, was it the Claws of Axos, when at the end the Doctor's like, "Right, I'm off. Stuff you guys. See you, Brigadier. See you, Joe. I'll miss you, but that's about it." Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
very kind of just can't wait to get away. Doesn't feel particularly like he's bonded to unit crowd or to Joe, but here you get a sense that he is. They're very much a kind of nice little unit now.
Yes. Yeah. Isn't he sort of joking when he says that though?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think he is at that point. Is he? He seems to. He's very much keen just to get away. Any opportunity, he's in the TARDIS, isn't he? Trying to get it started, and then smoke pouring out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
And he's So it's only really that now it seems to have warmed a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's still a slight sense that the Doctor feels slightly saddled with his human companions sometimes. And maybe actually wouldn't actively seek them out at this stage. He's still a bit of a lone ranger. He's kind of like, oh, okay, you're here. I could do with some help, but all right.
Well, I wonder whether that's changing a bit. So I wonder whether it would be fair to say that there's a sense in which he feels saddled with the situation of being on Earth.
Yes.
And I think previously what you said is true. I think maybe since like Day of the Daleks and into this story, I don't so much get the sense that he's saddled with Joe.
No.
There's more of a sense of them together.
There's a genuine friendship there.
Yeah,
Wants
which
to
is
travel
nice.
with her. Yeah.
Because he's
That's
been a
true.
little bit aloof in the previous seasons, hasn't he? Like, he's been a little bit kind of high and mighty and, a bit smug and patronising and condescending to lots of different people. So it actually makes him a bit more of a likeable character when they've mellowed him down a bit.
Yeah. No, it's interesting stuff. Well, let us know what you think, guys, in the comments, and do join our Discord in the link below, link in the description. And if you don't know already, we have a Patreon where you can get access for very reasonable rates. You can get access to full commentary tracks for all the episodes from season 9 onwards as we go forwards, so you can watch the episode and have us talking in the background for the whole thing. And we'll be doing that going forwards for everything that comes out, including going through the classic era, and then when we get to the modern era, and when new stuff comes out. So like the Shooty Gatwa Christmas special, we'll release the full commentary for that.
Gosh, that's not that far away now, is it? We're now into middle of October, so before we know it, Christmas will be here.
And it's Moffat, isn't it? So that's always exciting.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
But
And
yeah,
I can't remember the name of the lady who's in it. She was in Bridgerton. Is it Jen or something, or am I making that up?
yeah, I
I'm
didn't
making it
see
up.
Bridgerton. Oh my Bridgerton, as Ruby says. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.